close to the microphone as you can. Speak loud enough into the microphone so that everybody can hear you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Brooks.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Freeman, can you please give us your full name for the record, please?
Tara Christine Freeman.
Okay. And are you familiar with Mary Rice?
Yes, sir.
How long have you known Mary Rice?
Half my life.
Okay. I'm going to direct your attention to a time frame sometime in maybe September, October of 2016. Do you remember going to the jail with Mary Rice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us how that came about. First off, why was it important? Why were you there with Mary at the jail?
I was visiting a ex-boyfriend, boyfriend at the time.
Who was that?
Jeff Stubbs.
Okay. And so you were already ready to go visit him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why was Mary along?
Jeff wanted to introduce Mary and Billy to each other.
Okay. Do you remember, was this in the morning, the afternoon, or when was this?
Probably, it was before 5 o'clock. So I think we maybe had 2 hours left to visit.
So it was in the evening?
Yes.
Basically. Were you present for that communication she had with him, I should say?
She was there sitting next to me, but they don't allow somebody else that's not registered to get on the phone and visit. But you could see through the screen.
Do you know whether Mary knew Billy before that day?
She did not.
She did not. Was she, when she went to visit, did she appear nervous or anything of that nature?
Kind of quiet.
Okay. How did Billy behave?
He seemed okay. I have never met him, so I didn't know how
Was he respectful to her during that visitation?
At the time, yes.
Okay. And how long did that visitation last?
Maybe an hour, if that.
You've known Miss Rice for some time. Did she have a history of writing people in jail?
Her brother.
Her brother? Okay, that's what you knew about?
Yes.
Okay. And had you known Billy Boyette before this?
No, sir.
Okay. So your first contact with him was that same day as well, correct?
Yes, sir. I'd heard of him and his name, but never had seen him or come in contact with him.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
Convicted of a felony?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
Just once.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any regret?
No regret.
Ms. Brooks,
She can.
ma'am, you may step down here now.
Thank
Step up, raise your right hand, face the clerk to be sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear?
For the record, ma'am, can you give us your full name?
Bonnie Jean Kylo.
And where are you employed?
I work for the Dollar Tree in Fairhope.
Fairhope, okay. And how long have you worked there?
4 years.
What is your job now with Dollar Tree?
I'm second in charge. I'm the full-time freight merchandising manager.
Okay. And back around January, the end of January 2017, were you still employed with Dollar Tree?
I was.
Okay. What was your job at that time?
I was the full-time operations manager.
Okay. And during that time, did you have occasion to come in contact with Billy Boyette and Mary Rice?
I did.
Okay. Explain first off when that was that you had contact.
It was the end of the season, winter season. So it was in between November and February.
Okay. And how do you know that it was the end of the season?
Because I had just put up the rest of what we call snuggadoos, which are gloves, and I had just put up the rest of those, so it was the end of the season.
Okay. Tell us how it was that you came in contact with Billy Boyette and Mary.
I was I was bent down in front of one of the candy stations on register number 3, and going through the candy, and he was standing over me, and he asked me if we had hand warmers,
Okay. Did you respond back to him?
and I said no, that we don't carry them, but we have Snugadoos, which I had just put up.
Okay. Was Mary with him when you were talking to him?
I didn't see her.
Okay. Then what happened?
Then he, I don't remember what he'd done after that, but then they came to my register. Both of them came to my register.
Okay. Was Mary with him?
Yes.
She was close to him?
Yes. No, she wasn't close to him. She was actually, he motioned her to go to put the stuff on the counter, and there was a basket between him and her, and she wouldn't look at me. She just kept looking at him with the basket between them. But she was standing in front of the card reader, and he was on the other side by the candy stand.
Okay. How did she appear to you?
Scared?
Did she have any words with you?
No.
Did you try and strike up a conversation with her?
I asked how they were doing, which is part of our customer service. How are you doing today? And he said to me, I just killed my girlfriend.
Okay. What was your response to that?
I thought he was joking,
Okay.
and I said, I've done a lot of things in my life, but I've never done something like that.
Okay. And what did they do after that?
I checked them out. I don't remember what they bought. I checked them out, and Mary kept looking at him, and he motioned her to use her card in the reader.
Okay. Did he ever have any words for her?
No,
Okay.
they didn't.
So
Didn't
it's-
even speak.
It was just eye contact between them?
Yes. Mhm.
All right. Have you seen that kind of behavior before?
I have. Mhm.
And where have you seen that behavior?
I've been in different drug rehabs, like 10 years ago, and some of the girls that are there, and including myself, that's just kind of the behavior of someone that's being abused.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did this encounter with Mary and Billy last?
Just while they were in the store.
Did you actually see her walk in?
No, I
Okay.
didn't see either one of them walk in.
Did you see them walk out?
I did.
And where did were they in a vehicle?
They walked to a vehicle, yes.
Do you remember what the vehicle looked like?
It was I just know it was a white car.
Okay. Did you notice any marks on Mary or anything of that nature?
I didn't. I didn't really look at her. She wouldn't really look at me.
Okay. And did Billy Boyette have anything in his hands?
I didn't notice anything in his hands, but I did notice that he had, like, he was dirty. Like he had just come off a construction site or something. And
When he told you he had just killed his girlfriend,
mhm.
were there any mannerisms that you noticed? Was it matter-of-factly? What was it?
It was a matter of factly, yeah. So it's just straight out. That was just a statement, like.
Okay.
And it kind of, I wasn't really sure if he was joking. I mean, to me, I thought he was joking.
All right. At this time this happened, had you already seen on the news about Mary and Billy?
No,
Okay. You didn't have any reason to call law enforcement at that time, did you?
no.
Okay. You didn't believe him that he had just killed his girlfriend at that time?
No.
When was it that you called somebody about this, and who did you call?
I called Mr. Davis, Spencer Davis, and
And who is Spencer Davis?
it was her attorney that I found out that I Googled who her attorney was, and that's the name that came up.
And that's her attorney in Alabama?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And did you give him a statement?
Yes,
Did you
I-
tell him what you saw?
Yes, he came to my store because I was manager on duty at that day,
Okay.
and told him about
Did you
what
also
had
call
happened.
law enforcement, or you just called her attorney?
I just called him
Why didn't you call law enforcement?
because it was after the fact,
Okay,
and they had already left. It was almost a week later that I had called.
okay. I've got no further questions, Jack.